Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. This is Jenga Jero. Now, today we have the Matchmaker show, and you understand the protocol here that any other time we have a man on board, that man must be looking for a woman. In the same way, when we have a woman on board, that woman must be looking for a man. But because today we have a man, I will tell you the kind of woman he is looking for. And today I'm giving a disclaimer because the guest on today's show has not reached out to me. The guest on today's show is brought to the show courtesy of the family and friends. Okay, I was reached out by a certain lady who said was the mother of the guest. Our guest today is a man aged 51, living in Kiambu, around Kiambu Road, but they come from all the way from Machakos. Okay, they are a Kamba family. So they said, Jenga, you said that you do not discriminate against anybody on your show. We want you to premiere our story because we have a son who has never married. At the age of 51, everyone is scared because our son never married. Okay, so the guy is having a condition, and this is a very, 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 I don't know what to call it. I don't know how to describe the condition because he's on medication na hajawahi oa. He has not had the milestones like other children. You see, other children will be having milestones like you come from a baby, a toddler, you come to adolescence, you do every other thing that a teenager will do when you're in that age of puberty. You will do things like that. If you have a girlfriend, you have a boyfriend, all those things. Yeah, children start becoming stubborn. All the qualities, the characters, and the traits that one develops at puberty were very absent in him. He has always tried to act mature than his age. He did not enjoy childhood like other children. Maybe people who have relatives like that know exactly what I mean. So even at the age of 51, he has not yet married. He has not brought anybody home because they are. Do we call them loners? Do we call them? Introverts? People who don't speak. They rarely speak. They are very conserved. They portray withdrawal symptoms. They are people who, until you speak, they don't respond. They rarely initiate a conversation. They are people like that. Okay, but for this one, it is different, completely different because again, inasemekana kwamba yeye kuna time anashikana to a point that he can do anything. Ni kama akona mambo mingi weird yenye wazazi wake wanaogopa that if it is not communicated before, somebody would come home and then get scared. Don't get me wrong, they come from a very wealthy family. And they are not just living in Kiamburu, they in fact living in Zindegwa. They are a wealthy business family. They have a very big family business known to most people. If I mention the business, most people will automatically know what I'm speaking about and the family in particular. So the money and the wealth notwithstanding, they realize that, you know what, our son is not picking milestones like anybody else. This man has never brought a girlfriend home. He's gone to the best schools, even outside. He's gone to the best schools. But there is something about this man that cannot be understood. For example, he night runs. And this is something they have tried to control since childhood. He has not been helped. He will wake up in the middle of the night. Ni wale watu wanaweza amka, anaweza ota, tuseme maybe kama kesho ni Christmas. I'm just giving an example. Mumelala, kama kuna sherehe fulani, they have to lock the door from outside. Why? Because he can do something and then everybody will be regretting the next morning. Na mnaweza lala pamoja, alafu kama kesho pengine ni Christmas, yeye unasikia ameenda kutafuta kisu, maybe ameota akichinja, and maybe you become the victim. Unaona, unasikia ameanza kuguzaguza huku kama mbuzi. Maybe you think you can slaughter you. He will night run. He will not night run, night walk. That is, he will just be picking things. Anachukua mitungi, anaenda kitchen, anafungulia nini, anapika, only to realize that it was a dream. I don't know whether you have ever heard of such a condition. If you have ever heard, you can share the experience in the comment section. And this man, the family feels lonely because this man has been the only child of the family, the only child of the family, and the grandparents are more concerned about having a legacy. They are more concerned about their son at least getting a child of their own, mtu mwenye anaweza endeleza maybe the family business or something. Because our guest in question hashiki huku, Stephen hashiki huku, step hen, unaona Stephen ya step hen hashiki huku. Stephen is not 100%, they can say that. And kitu ingine wamegundua ni kwamba this boy anaweza shikana. Unaona venye watu wa conversions wanashikananga for a few minutes, huyu akishikana ni kama kichwa yake inaruka, kwa sababu he can give you some very good war yenye anaweza kukutandika vita. Sasa huyu badala ya kuconverse anakutandika vita, regardless of who you are, anaweza kukutandika vita ingine. So he has to be monitored from time to time. You never know atashikana saa ngapi, you never know. So maybe watu ambao wamekuwa around him wanaona this is a condition, wamejaribu hospitali, wamejaribu psychiatrist, wamejaribu, hata nikwambie, si mjaribu hata deliverance, kwa sababu this is now too much. Now they told me the only reason I am airing this story is because I told you that we don't discriminate against anybody, and I am not the judge here. My work is to facilitate, my work is to give people an opportunity, my work is to give people a platform that will help them see whether it is possible or not for them to get a match. And apart from that, he does not have a problem, except that when you mtaongea vizuri, the next minute ni kama hata hamkuongea. He will just lose the memory, he will just lose track, and then anything can happen. He can beat you. And but for the years he's lived, and figure 51 this year, na kutoka venye amekuwa akilelewa, he has been raised, hajawahi fanya a major accident, like akakosa a major accident, but he is not allowed to drive. He is not allowed to take courses that are very sensitive. For example, he cannot be a doctor, okay? He cannot be a nurse, he cannot be a driver, neither can he be a pilot, neither can hizo courses zote. He can only do courses that are second stage. For example, he can do something that will lead to something. He is not the final decision maker. According to psychiatrists, the parents were advised that the son cannot take courses that lead to the final decision making. He cannot be on the edge, on the giving end of a decision making process. He can only be in the initial ones. Ndio akimake that decision inapitia mikono ingine better than him until the final stage. So he will always be in the third and the second stage of decision making, so that somebody else can vet and verify whether the decisions are accurate and according to plan. Stephen is one of the men that they are family members, like the mother and the father and the other sibling, like but he's the only son, okay? So he's the only child. So the other family members, like the extended family, not the siblings, can confess and tell you for free he has not had a girlfriend before. So he's a virgin man. And the funniest thing is that he's not interested in women. Their parents have tried at one point or another to invite friends of the opposite sex, but the guy seems disinterested. And you see, for women, when you show disinterest, then it becomes that they are also not interested, because why should you be interested in somebody who is not interested in you? Doesn't make any sense. Are we together? So this is the plan. They want to get a woman who, whether the woman has kids or not, will try to see whether they can get a child of their own. This is actually an experiment, and I'm giving you a disclaimer because I have explained what happens. This is the same thing they will explain to you if you're interested. And if you're interested, they will explain this to you. And then, if their son gets a kid, you become part of the family. If the son doesn't get a kid, because there are so many people, you see, because they are the business class, the wealthy working class, it means that they have not been able to convince somebody. I told them, look, not that on our show we have desperate people. No, our people on the show are not desperate at all. This is what I told them. The only reason I am giving you an opportunity, I am not giving you an opportunity so that you can look for somebody who will be doing an experiment in exchange of an estate. No, all the women or the men, all the women and the men on our show are not desperate. Not that they don't get men out there. Not that they don't get women out there. The only reason they are here is because they believe in what we do, because we bring authentic people. And again, when people come on camera, most of the time, if not all of the time, they are genuine about what they are. They become vulnerable, and then you can be able to tell, is this the kind of person I want? Because out there, somebody will be saying, I am single, but they are not. Somebody will be saying they are single, they are somebody's husband, they are somebody's wife. And in just like that, you just lose time, energy, resources, emotions, and feelings. You feel wasted. Before you recover, it takes you some more time. But here you have seen people coming and getting matches instantly. Others, nimeona watu wengi sana. In fact, people who came last month, you will see so many of them coming. They're telling me, look, we don't need 6 months. We don't need, we are adults, we are mature people. We don't need 6 months of courting. Sisi ni watu tuko 50, tuko 40. So we are, if tumesikizana sisi, we are going to the next level. And no games. So I told them, I told the family, and I know they are watching, that this platform is not in any way having desperate people that will just take their son because they have money in exchange of an estate, because they're saying akikubali tutampea estate akueti mtoto wetu asipotelee. And I'm like, this is not a savior mechanism. It is not a messianic thing we are trying to do. We are trying to connect families. Wakisikizana ni sawa. And that is why this show is absolutely free of charge. Because if it was not free of charge, then somebody would be putting a very strict demand on us. Hey, tumekulipa, get us a man. Tumekulipa, get us a wife. You get the point. So this show is free. I told them, look, if the son, you just give us the contact. Whoever will be interested will contact you. No strings attached. The price notwithstanding. We don't care about the price. What we care about is whether the man can get a wife. If there's somebody who could be interested, well and good. If there's somebody who is willing to go and be with him with his condition, that's why nimesema the condition yenye ako nayo anashika, inaitangwaje, anashikananga, nianyitekaga. That's what we say in Kikuyu, nianyitekaga, anashikananga, like hakuangi, so he's not 100%. Mnaweza kuwa mkiongea akutandike, mnaweza kuwa you're having a conversation akunyonge, mnaweza kuwa all those manner of things. He can do anything. But they told me, they confirmed, and we can confirm with the personal psychiatrist, that the guy has never committed a major atrocity, a major accident. The only extreme he has ever gone ni kutandika wazazi na mawe. And you know, the parents are now aging, because you can imagine a man who is 51, the parents are past 80. Na sometimes kupanda huko kwa stairs, unajua kuna miaka inafikanga, if you build a mansionette, kuna miaka inafikanga hautaki kupanda kwa ghorofa. You can either renovate your house or stay in the guest bedroom huko downstairs. Bwana, the guy used to, you know, he's now living upstairs, living with the parents in the same compound. Sasa yeye ndiye anakaa huko master bedroom huko juu. Sometimes anaamka mbele yenu, anaanza kurusha mawe ama whatever item iko around, anaanza kuzirusha huko chini. And kidogo kidogo, lakini kuna sindano wanadungwa. Hiyo sindano yenye anadungwa inamcool down. I don't know the name of this condition. If there is a psychiatrist who is watching us, somebody who's done clinical counseling, maybe can let us know, because I know he is not the only case. And just because he's not feeling good does not mean that he cannot get a match. Again, this has opened doors for even other people. I have a man who is completely disabled. When I mean completely disabled, I mean a man who is incapable of living life on his own. He has to depend on somebody for survival. But because he was blessed and he got some money, he got some wealth, he has been hiring people to take care of him. But now he feels he needs a companion, somebody who can understand. And I believe what this show has taught me is that anybody has the potential. Anyone has the capacity to get a good match. Anyone can get a match regardless of what they are suffering from, because whatever you're looking for is also looking for you. So I am wishing that Stephen can get a match from our show. I'm airing this story. The people you're going to meet, and I have given this disclaimer when we started the video, that Stephen did not reach out to me. The parents did. the relatives did. He's the only son of that family, one rich family living in Dindigwa, Kiamburu, and they come from Machakos. They are a Kampa family. Okay, and if somebody is interested, you will contact them, not Stephen. So you are not, it is not Stephen who is responding. As a matter of fact, Stephen is not even aware that somebody is looking for a match for him. The parents are interested in securing a future, a legacy for themselves, and they believe that hata kama si mambo mingi, if their son can get a child, if that woman will be willing to get a child with their son, they will be the happiest parents in the world. And they say that because they're in their 80s, they don't want to take a lot of time. They are saying they don't have too much time left, and they don't want to see, they don't want to imagine what can happen. And having worked so hard, no legacy, no nothing. And I hope maybe they will get that kind of a person they are looking for. They said that sometimes when you try to adopt, I don't know, sometimes when you try to adopt, it turns out negatively and you get a discrepancy. I told you a discrepancy is the difference between what you expected and what actually happens. And sometimes it doesn't get the opportunity to relate very well, even with people and friends who come visiting. So if you're there, you could be interested. If you're there, you know somebody who could be interested. Hata kama kuna watoto 10, this family does not have a problem, so long as that woman is within the window of people who can conceive and give birth, provided that woman is between the ages of 40 kwenda chini, so that that woman can conceive and get a baby. Even 40 and above but can still conceive, he is very 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 very, they are very very much ready to host that person. So that is Stephen. We hope that he can get a match from our show. We wish him well, and we believe that he can even get healed from that condition. There was a time walikuwa anasema alikaa miaka 2 hakuwa na kasoro, hakuruka kichwa hata even a second for 2 consecutive years, and they thought he had recovered, only to realize that 2 years later it was not what they actually expected. So guys, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We are on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Don't forget to like this video. If you have a message for Stephen and family, kindly leave it in the comment section, and don't forget to share our content. If you are watching us and you have not subscribed, it is very easy to confirm whether you have subscribed, because I've seen a substantive number of people who've been watching us and they have not subscribed. If you're not one of them, thank you. If you're one of them, subscribe today, like the video, and let's meet next time. I will post the email address on my Facebook stories at Jenga Njeru. So you check my Facebook page, Jenga Njeru, and you'll be getting updates in real time. Until next time, this is Jenga Njeru. God bless you. Have a good day.